Hello there, my name is Jill Wootton and I'm the Director of the Diploma in Hypnotherapy and Psychotherapy that we run here at Within Psych Training. Now, if like many people we speak to, you're looking for a pure hypnotherapy course or a counselling and psychotherapy course, I'm going to spend just a few minutes now just talking about why we at Within Psych Training firmly believe that in order to set up as a hypnotherapist, as a counsellor, a psychotherapist, or indeed any powerful agent of change, that you need knowledge from hypnotherapy, psychotherapy and counselling. Now, decades of experience has shown us that if you want to successfully help people overcome, emotional problems and some physical ones, that you want to work with people of all different ages and from many, many different backgrounds, that you confidently and can competently work with a wide variety of presenting problems that people will bring to you, then you will only achieve this if you have knowledge from three different areas. And that is that you understand why human beings behave the way that we do, and what hypnosis is and how to do it. And also you need a set of practical counselling skills. Now, let me just explain a little bit more about these knowledge and skills from these three areas. Okay, so let's take hypnosis to start with. Let's look at hypnosis and what it is. When you are in a hypnotic state, you're in a much more of an internal focus of awareness. Now, that state is very much connected with the rapid eye movement phase, sometimes called the REM state, and the theta brainwave state. We know that up until the age of about 7 or 8 years of age, that children spend a huge amount of time in that space, and it's in that place that they put down the building blocks of knowledge and information very, very quickly in order to be able to learn how to navigate their environment and communicate with the people in it. Now, at its most simple level then, we can see the hypnotic state as what we might call a sort of a focused, optimal learning state. But we never stop learning, do we? Or I hope not anyway. And even as an adult, you will still go into these states to lay down new or update existing templates of behaviour and thinking and feeling. Now, this sounds great, doesn't it, this mechanism, something that we've naturally got that helps us learn very, very quickly. However, that process can also be hijacked by negative problem states. So we can sometimes experience this internal sort of locked-in focus. When we get really angry, we can't see sort of outside of that. If you see it as a trance state, we can't kind of see outside of it. The same will go for when we're really anxious or even depressed. In these places that we don't want to be and we feel kind of really, really locked in. So when you want to break a negative trance state or help somebody change the way that they feel or subsequently behave, or even learn something new, using what we have been naturally given, i.e. going into the REM state to update a template or adopt a new way of behaving in certain situations, can produce powerful and very, very quick change. Okay, so let's turn our attention now to psychotherapy and counselling. And once again, to keep things really simple, let's take psychotherapy to mean the way that human beings operate, how our minds work, and counselling to be a set of knowledge and skills that help us help other people or ourselves overcome problems. Now, us human beings are pretty complex creatures at times, aren't we? And sometimes our behaviour can seem pretty bizarre or irrational. So it really helps to have some sort of organising framework in which to place a structure on that complexity. And within Psych Training, we get that from what's called the Human Givens approach. The Human Givens approach is founded on the work of many past eminent thinkers of brand new insights and of the amazing research that has come out of science and areas particularly of like neurobiology over the last 20 years. And this work provides us with a clear insight into the forces that drive each one of us and of the natural mechanisms and processes in our brain that we use, you and I, 24/7. Now that's great, isn't it, that we've got that understanding. However, it's not very often that just understanding something will actually result in a problem shifting. So we need to have something that enables us to take this knowledge, take this body of knowledge, and be able to flexibly apply it to people or to groups. And that is where your counselling skills come in. Now these three areas and these skills are so vital. I'm just going to summarise them once more. So you need to know why people go off track. You need the psychotherapy, you need to know what makes us tick, and you need to know why people go off track. And then you need a knowledge of hypnosis and how to get people back on track. And then you need counselling skills to be able to build up really strong bonds of empathy with your clients or the groups that you're working with. Build up that trust in order to be able to very quickly and very practically bring in these sets of skills and tools that will enable that fast and again lasting change. Now I know that I don't know you, but I would hate for you to go and spend a lot of money doing a course which only takes you part of your way to your dreams. Over the last 20 years, science and psychotherapy has gifted us with an enormous amount of information about how to get people well and how to maximise people's full potential. So before you make your decision on which course you're going to do, stay with us for just a few moments and listen to one of our present students, Suzi, talk about how she's been completely bowled over by the combination of hypnotherapy and psychotherapy and exactly what she feels it has given her. Then when you've listened to Suzi, pick up the phone, give us a call, and let's talk about whether our course is right for you. Thank you. Okay, so this is Suzi Ashcroft. Thanks very much for joining us today, Suzi. We've just taken 5 minutes out of our packed Diploma 6 weekend. Time goes by very, very quickly. And we were having a conversation earlier about how Suzi came to find our website. And originally Suzi was looking for a pure hypnotherapy course. And she took a look at our website and saw that we offered the counselling and psychotherapy alongside hypnotherapy. And at first that was something that she felt like she didn't really want to do. So she just felt that she just wanted a pure hypnotherapy course, and we've just had a conversation about that. And I think what Suzi has to say might be really interesting for other people that are looking for a hypnotherapy course. So Suzi, do you just want to tell us some of your thoughts, you know, how you originally came to us, and then just a conversation that we've just had.
Okay, so I did loads and loads and loads of research into finding the best hypnotherapy course out there on the market, having already studied with another organisation in London previously. And when I came across the Within Sight website, something struck me about the professionalism of the site itself, and that interested me. And when I took a look at the course syllabus and the prospectus, it looked great, but not quite what I was looking for, because I was looking for a hypnotherapy course, and what was in the prospectus looked very much, well, it was hypnotherapy and psychotherapy, and not coming from an academic background, I was slightly concerned that I was going to be in over my depth, and I didn't know how much hypnotherapy I was going to get to do. Having now started the course over halfway through and comparing it to my previous experience of studying, I have to say the thing that scared me the most is the absolute best thing about this course, and is the meat, and is what is really going to make me a great therapist when I start practicing next year. And that's understanding the reason that people have certain problems, understanding the patterns behind those problems, and then how I can use hypnotherapy as a tool to help them move forward, is something that I certainly wouldn't have got with my previous course, and I question whether other courses out there are doing it as well as what Jill and the With Insight team are doing here. It's absolutely fantastic.
And I'll pay you later, Suzi. So, no, seriously though, I mean, that's for us, that's a great testimony, because it means that what you've observed and what you've experienced is that, you know, the hypnotherapy side of things is, you know, hypnosis is the most amazing life-changing tool and a skill that we can use to help people who need to shift problems or need to shift unhelpful habits and things. But unless you've got the counselling, the psychotherapy alongside it, you've just got a skill in doing a little bit of change, not a little bit, but the change work without all the other stuff, in understanding the more deeper aspects of why people get problems and how they shift that. Would there be one thing that sort of stands out in your mind as being the most important, or the thing that you'll take away that feels the most enriching to your work as a therapist in the future?
I think the one thing that I will take away is, no matter how big a problem appears and presents itself, by taking a step back and listening to the client, identifying the patterns, there's always a way to make profound changes and profound transformations that have a lifelong effect.